I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We gotta pump the brakes on Arch Manning. Paul Finebaum compared Arch Manning to Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, y'all. Now here is the quote. Arch Manning is the best college football quarterback we have seen since Tim Tebow entered the scene in 2006. That obviously is high praise. I ain't saying Arch ain't that guy. Arch is that dude. But it's like, bro, we got to see him play a full season, right? We may at most get what, one, maybe 2 seasons out of Arch Manning, you know what I'm saying, potentially. Like Tim Tebow, y'all, we talking about a Heisman Trophy winner 2 time. We talking about a 2 time champion. Like, we talking about a guy that was all SEC. Like, we talking about one of the greatest college quarterbacks to ever play the game, right? You put him, you throw Cam Newton, you throw Joe Burrow, you know what I'm saying, and many more into that conversation. So Arch has all the capabilities to be, obviously, one of the best quarterbacks, but we got to pump the brakes just a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? The talent's there. The arm strength is there. What he can do with his legs is there. How he processes and sees the field is there. He checks a lot of boxes. But again, I think we get enamored with just what we see, the highlights, the just like the different spurts and things like that. And like I said, I'm excited to see what Arch does this year. But at the same time, man, we got to remember Arch hasn't played a full season yet. You know what I'm saying? So to say he's one of the best since Tim Tebow, and like I said, I do believe he's one of the best quarterbacks in college football. I would put Arch up there with so many of the other best quarterbacks that we look at right now with the Cade Klubniks, obviously, of the world, the Lenore Sellers. You know what I'm saying? I will put him in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? I know you're going to be like, well, not how you put him in that conversation. You don't say he's the best since Tim Tebow. Remember, though, Tim Tebow is a Florida legend, right? Florida football has not been the same since Tim Tebow. He's had that kind of an impact. Now, I think this year Florida will get back to it because they have everything, all the pieces they need, and the camaraderie, and obviously the offensive line coming back. DJ Lagway, who's a superstar, all those receivers and weapons, the running backs, the defense. But at the same time, we got to see Arch do this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I have no ill will towards Texas. I think he's going to deliver and do a lot of good things for the Longhorns. They've obviously been on the map the last few years, making the college football playoff, going deep into the postseason. But again, pump the brakes. We got to see Arch do this on the elite level. He hasn't even went through a full SEC football schedule just yet, right? Now, I know what you're going to say, well, Quentin Ewers played and he got benched in the game. Arch came in. Look, I understand. Everybody wants to see what this kid can do, right? He's a Manning. He comes from, a rich history of family. Archie Manning, right? Peyton Manning, Eli, those are his uncles, right? So he comes from that pedigree and that toolage from some of the best to ever do it at the quarterback position in the NFL when you look at Peyton Manning. But at the same time, to compare him to Tim Tebow this early, that is a lot, y'all. But I do think Arch Manning will have a dynamic season. I think he will put a lot of people on notice. I think he will be in that Heisman race. But say he's the best since Tim Tebow. Just gotta pump the brakes a little bit. But Arch is that dude. I do want to say that Arch is that dude, and I think he will be one of the best quarterbacks in college football. But let's see first if he can get Texas back to the mountaintop. Because remember, it's been a long time since Texas has been at that mountaintop, since Vince Young. So let's see if he can do that in the Sarkisian era, and if they can deliver a championship this year. Then we can start maybe having these conversations about the Tim Tebows and some of the best quarterbacks to do it. But we need a full season first before we can make a bold claim like that, in my humble opinion. But comment down below. Do you agree with Paul Finebaum on Arch Manning?